Welcome to Unit 3, Level 3. We will continue working on unit conversion and be able to convert units as well as rates, to apply rates using graphs and then converting units, and applying conversion factors to square units involving area. In 2008, Aja van Hoot, I hope I said that correctly, broke the Wisconsin state record by swimming the 500-yard freestyle in 4 minutes and 48.6 seconds. And we need to figure out how many feet that is per minute. Well, I know I have 500 yards in 4 minutes and 48.6 seconds. Well, that's not 4.486. We know it's 4 minutes, and we need to change this into minutes. Now we can do that either with a conversion factor. So 48 seconds is how many minutes? Well, we know that there's 60 seconds in 1 minute, or I could have done 48.6 seconds is how many minutes? Well, we know that there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So on top, we can either do unit conversions, multiply straight across and then divide, or cross multiply, but either way, you're going to have 48.6 divided by 60. And we get 0.81 minutes. That means 48.6 seconds is about 0.81 minutes. So that's the rest of that part, 4 minutes and 0.81 minutes. Now we need to change that to feet per minute. Well, the minute is still on the bottom, so feet per minute, but we need to change the top from yards to become feet. Well, we have a conversion factor to make yards to become feet, and that is 3 feet in every yard. So I want the yards to cancel, so I'm going to put yards on bottom, and 3 feet is in every yard. So now I have feet per minute, just like what we want. So let's multiply straight across. 500 times 3 is 1,500, and 4.81 times 1 is 4.81. Divide that out, and we get 311.8503. And we should round to the nearest tenth for this one because it's like the one on your homework. So add 1 to the 9, so that's 311.9 feet per minute. Now we need to change our 319 feet per minute, so that's per 1 minute, into inches per second. So I need to change my top feet to inches, and I can do that with one conversion. And we need to change the bottom from minutes to seconds. And we know that conversion as well, 60 seconds and 1 minute. So it's going to require 2 other ratios. All right, to cancel the feet, I need feet on the bottom and inches on top. There's 12 inches and 1 foot. So the feet will cancel, and we'll be left with inches on top. That's what we want. Now, the seconds, we need the minutes to cancel. Since minutes are on bottom, we need minutes on top. And then we'll have seconds if we write 60 seconds is 1 minute. Now we're ready to finish. 311.9 times 12, and then we'll just end up dividing by 60, but 3742.8. On the bottom, 1 times 1 times 60 is 60. So that divided by 60 is 62.38, and we have inches per second. And if we round to the nearest tenth, that's 62.4. Moving on, Ashley is recarpeting her living room. Below is a schematic of her living room. If carpet costs $32 per square yard, how much would carpeting her living room cost? Well, square yards is how many square yards fit into here. And we could change the feet to yards, but I want to quickly do something here. Let's say that this is a square yard, 1 yard by 1 yard, and that's a square yard, a yard squared. 1 times 1 is 1, yard times yards are yard squares. Well, there's 3 feet in the yard. So let's say that this is 3 feet and this is 3 feet. If I find the area, that is 9 square feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 square yard, the one in pink, is equal to 9 square feet. Go ahead and add that to your conversion sheet. That is always true. So if I can find the area of my living room, I can find the square feet, and then I can change my square feet into square yards, and then it's $32 for 1 square yard, and then I can change that to money. So let's find the square footage first. Our living room is an irregular shape, and I could split this in half and try to do the area of a trapezoid plus the area of a rectangle. But it will be easier to cut it into this rectangle and the triangle on top. So for my rectangle, it's 18 times 10, length times width, that's 180 square feet. Now, to find the area of this triangle, it's a half times base times height, or you could do base times height divided by 2. Well, I know 7's my height here. I need to find my base. And it's saying what plus 11 is 18, or 18 subtract 11, which would be 7. So we will take our base of our triangle 7 times the height 7 and cut in half or divided by 2 is 24.5 square feet. Our total square footage is 24.5 square feet plus 180 square feet, and that is 204.5 square feet. So we need to figure out how many square yards that is, and then I can figure out how much money that is. So let's take our 204.5 square feet and change it into square yards. So we know that there's 9 square feet in 1 square yard. And then we know that there's $32 for every square yard of carpeting. So our square yards cancel, our square feet cancel, and we're going to be left with money. Let's multiply across. 204.5 times 1 times 32 is 6,544. On the bottom, I have 1 times 9 times 1, and that's 9. So divide 6,544 by 9, and we get $727 and 1111, so 11 cents, because it's not enough to bump it up to 12. The graph at the right relates to the hours Melissa works to her earnings in dollars. So the hours worked to her earnings. So it's a relationship between X and Y. How much does Melissa make in 0 hours? So on the X-axis, 0 hours relates to $0 on the Y-axis. So that's a point on this graph, 0 hours and $0. How much does Melissa make in 10 hours? Well, 10 hours is referring to the X-axis, and if we look up here, it looks like about 220. So for 10 hours worked, the relationship between that X and this Y, $220. So it looks like we made $220 in 10 hours. So that is a rate, and we can use that for the next part. How much does Melissa make in a year working 40 hours each week? So I need to change my 40 hours each week. My hours need to be turned into money, and my weeks need to be turned into years. So that's my money per year then. Well, I can change my hours to money using this ratio, and I can change weeks to years using your conversion sheet that there's 52 weeks in 1 year. I'm going to change the hours to money first. So if I want my hours to go away, I know that in 10 hours she makes $220. And we know 52 weeks are in 1 year, weeks on the bottom, so weeks on top, 52 weeks, 1 year. So the hours cancel, the weeks cancel, and then we are left with money per year, just like how much money in a year we're looking for. Let's multiply on top. 40 times 220 times 52 is 457,600 divided by 1 times 10 times 1. Divide that out. Grand total of $45,760 that Melissa earned that year.